Good evening, everybody. Oh man, it's been another month since I made another video. Work has been crazy, let me tell you. So this morning I was reading the Our Daily Bread, as you can see, filled with a lot of stuff. And today's topic was fiery trials, and I'd like to read it to you and explain what it means. It says, fire can be one of the worst enemies of trees, but it can also be helpful. Experts say that small, frequent fires, called cool fires, clean the forest floor of dead leaves and branches but don't destroy the trees. They leave behind ashes which are perfect for seeds to grow in. Surprisingly, low-intensity fires are necessary for a healthy growth of trees. Similarly, trials, pictured as fire in the Bible, are necessary for our spiritual health and growth. And basically, what it's saying is trials are actually beneficial. See, if we don't go through trials, we won't be able to relate to a hurting world. If we don't go through the difficulties of this life, we cannot relate to the people who are actually facing those difficulties. And I got baptized earlier this year in July, and actually it was August. I'm sorry, August. And ever since I got baptized, I've been going through a lot of trials, and not necessarily physical trials, but a lot of mental trials. See, the devil doesn't like it when you reach for God. When you try and do the right thing and reach for God and give God your all, surrender to God, the enemy doesn't like that. And he will try and mess with your head just to get you down so you can be broken. And that's what the enemy's been doing to me, is messing with my head. Telling me, John, you're never going to get out of debt. You're always going to be alone. And you're never going to be the good enough Christian you see in your mind. But see, that's a trial. And what's awesome is God's going to bring me through this trial. And that's what's awesome about a God, is he brings us through trials. He doesn't bring us to trials. There's a very big difference. See, if someone brings you to something, he just brings you there. But if he brings you through something, that not only means he brings you to something, but he brings you through it to the other side. And that's what God does. See, God will bring us to a trial, and then through a trial, and to the end. And that's how faithful God is, even when sometimes we are not. And sometimes I'm not faithful. You know, I have a lack of faith sometimes. I'm like, God, I really don't see how this is going to pan out for me. I don't see it. But God still brings me through the trial. God still gives me hope. He still gives me faith. Even when I'm lacking faith, he gives me faith. And a scripture that kind of goes along with this is James 1, 2 through 4. And it says, consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance. Let perseverance finish its work, so that you may be mature and complete, not lacking anything. And that's what it's about, is perseverance in our trials matures us. And it enables us to actually have the heart of Jesus, to reach out to a hurting and dying world. A world that has no hope. And sometimes the trials seem too great. And sometimes we argue with God. And it's okay to yell at God. And what I mean is, God knows you're going to yell before you yell. So you might as well just yell. But God is an ever-loving, everlasting Father. You know, I've yelled at God many times, and then after I'm like, God, forgive me. And God's like, I've already forgiven you. Job went through a lot of trials. A lot of trials. But God brought him back up and restored him and brought him through the trial. And that's what is going to happen to each and every one of us who is facing a trial right now. God is going to bring us through it. And it's okay to have a lack of faith because we're human. We're always going to have a lack of faith. And I know it sounds bad, but not one human has gone through life without a lack of faith. Except maybe Jesus. But he's Jesus. What I'm trying to say is, we're going to go through trials. But it's okay. Because God will bring us through the trials. I just want to encourage you guys, just keep God in your hearts. Whenever you're going through something, give it to God. There's another scripture that has come to mind. It says, in this world you will have trouble, but take heart, for I have overcome the world. Those are the words straight from Jesus himself. How awesome is it that God ensures us that, hey, I'm going to take you through this. So I want to encourage you guys, just keep plugging away. Don't lose hope. And if you're dealing with suicide or depression or addiction or any kind of abuse, post-traumatic stress disorder, you're recovering from emotional abuse, physical abuse, sexual abuse, God will bring you through it. It is a trial. But after you face this trial, you will be stronger and you will be more equipped to help those who may not have enough strength to get through it. But you, being able to get through that trial, you can now lift those people up. That's pure joy right there, is that when we go through trials, we can lift somebody else up who's going through the same trial but not able to actually get through it because they see no hope. And you can show them the hope of God. So I encourage you, if you're dealing with depression or suicide, those are the lies from the enemy. Don't listen to that. God has a purpose for your life. You just have to reach out, and God will reach back. God will bring you through it. I promise you. He's brought me through everything. And my financial situation may not be pretty, but I know God's going to bring me through it. And the job situation may be a little tight sometimes with bills, but I know God's going to bring me through it. So I just encourage you guys, and I will try and make more videos, because once a month it's killing me. I gotta make more videos, to be honest. I've been like, I gotta make another video. So I just want to encourage you guys. Just have hope. God has his hand over your life. You may not see it, but it is there. Peace and God bless.